Yo, what's happening, lovely people? This is Applied Knowledge. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on all the social media handles that I have given you in the description below. So I'm just waking up. Um, as you can see, I'm a little fucked up looking, but it's all good. Today I really honestly didn't have a topic, but I just wanted to get on just to do something because I'm not sure what the day is gonna be like today. I just woke up feeling a little fucked up. Um, so I figured, start with something less stressful and then just kind of move on throughout the day. But one thing that did come to mind that I want to talk about is, I met these guys last night. One of the guys' name was Deuce. I forgot the other guy's name. Completely apologize. uh, but yeah, we just was talking about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like his group and I had some sort of connection because um, uh, he grew up. He was born out of the country, but grew up in California. And he says he was an MC, and he experienced a lot of different things, and like battle rapping and different things like that. So he comes from a hip hop culture. And looking at myself, when I started to hear him talk about his story, one of the things that he said was, a lot of great music has come from within the community. Like, look up, or not necessarily look up, but if you're a musician or you have a musical ear, look at the people you grew up around. Like, what were they listening to? What kind of people were they kicking it with? What kind of music did they listen to? Your parents, you know what I'm saying? Your cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever uh, you spent the most time with, what kind of music did they listen to? And, excuse me, like, what kind of music did they listen to? And um, how did that influence you to who you are today? Because I believe people that grow up in a musical household and that become musicians, the kind of music that they listen to, or that they grew up around people. How am I saying this? I don't feel like I'm saying it correctly. Um, People that grow up to be musicians, like producers, artists, uh, in whatever field. I feel like the people they grew up around and the music that they were listening to, that they were hearing, helped influence them as a person. I think that came out correctly. I'll know a little bit later. So, yeah, when he started explaining that, so I just kind of related to myself. It was like, you know, I feel like, a lot of people tell lies about who they are in music. Um, and that's one thing he said, everybody has a voice. Like, you look at a lot of mainstream media today or audio media today, and you just hear one particular sound. And what he meant by having your own voice is like, I'll use producers for example. Like somebody from the West Coast, DJ Quick. You know who DJ Quick. Soon as he come on, it got that bounce to it. Like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You know DJ Quick. Then his voice come on. Boom. That's him. You know who Dr. Dre is. You know a Timberland beat. It's like those are signature voices. Just Blaze, for an example. Swizz Beats, you know what I'm saying? Those people have found their signature voice. Like they may have, and look where it comes from. Like what kind of music did they listen to? That music that they listened to influenced them to develop their own signature voice. And I believe uh, that people, well, what should I say? I don't believe people are telling the truth about themselves. And I also believe that it's 10 times harder to uh, get out there, and I also don't believe that you get as much exposure um, when you're being real with yourself. I just I listen to a lot of, well, I don't listen to a whole lot, but the current music that I have heard, it just sounds the same. I mean, the beat is like, it just sounds the same. Everybody wants to ride this wave because that's what's getting attention, which I get it. You gotta hustle, you gotta do what you gotta do. If that's what brings you money the quickest, that gotta pay your bills, do what you gotta do. But I also believe that um if you want to be somebody that gets remembered for a long time, you have to be yourself. You have to be innovative. Now, that might be who you are, but I know for a fact that every person that comes on the radio and that every beat that I hear on the internet, all y'all are not all y'all are not gang banging. All y'all don't sell drugs. And it's like that's that's who you're branding yourself as. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's the only type of beat you make, that's who you brand yourself as. And that's exactly what I mean. Like about you having your own voice. It's like, okay, you're branding yourself. First, it's like you're putting yourself into your music. You know what I'm saying? And producers understand what I'm saying. Like you putting yourself into your music. Some people's music sounds very beautiful, very happy. Some people's music sounds very sad and depressing. Uh, some people just started out and their music don't sound good at all, but uh, they're wanting to progress. So um, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just be yourself. I guess that's really it. Be yourself. Um, I've been doing this about gonna be 7 years pretty soon. Next year will be 7 years. I don't even know what month, but it definitely be 7 years. I think I dibbed and dabbed in 2010 and then started like really heavily at the end of 2010, beginning of 2011, like mid 2011, something like that. Um, so yeah, it's it's been a while, but yeah, even like I always knew. Well, yeah, I'll just tell y'all a little story. Um, like when he was talking, he would say like he used to do certain things as a shorty, and then it was like, you know, um, like I got a lot of music I listened to from my uncle, from my mom, and then from my dad. Like my dad, he listened to a lot of R&B, so I picked up on that very quickly. Every time I got in the truck with him or car with him, straight R&B. It was Jagged Edge, it was Charlie Wilson, it was Next, it was Tyrese, it was a lot of Tyrese, and yeah, so I picked up on that. My mom, she was more hardcore. She loved Ludacris. She did a little bit of R&B. She was mostly listening to R. Kelly and who else? Like Tupac. So she was more on the rap side than what my dad was. And then like my uncle Pick, he listened to a lot of like different West Coast shit, like Sugar Free. He put me on him. Um, and then I don't know, he was just he was a little more weirder. So I think that's where I gathered a lot of my musical influences. Like he listened to like hardcore shit, but it was like most of it came from the West Coast. And then it was like I just liked the way um it sounded like it sounded like funk to me. Like it just made me want to dance. You know what I'm saying? I like music like that. So that's just who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? I love dancing. I like to be able to move. Hear a good beat and just bounce. And that's what DJ Quick brings. So I immediately fell in love with him once I heard Balance and Options, and my mom put me on that shit. So yeah. Oh, my cousin Johnny, he opened me to a lot too. Like 50 Cent when G Unit came together, and then it was just like, okay, I was fucking with them for a while and then kind of fell off. Um, yeah, a lot of different artists. Twister. Um, so yeah, I've had a lot of different musical influences from a lot of different people, but my own personal pickup was like, I'm just gonna be real. I watched a lot of movies, like a lot of fucking Disney movies, and I picked up like that alternative rock, like white boy, Disney movie, rock band shit, that orchestra, like very cinematic, dramatic stuff. And then I ended up playing in an orchestra um, when I got in the fifth grade, and I did that from fifth to sixth, and then I just like held on to that sound. And what was crazy, uh, like I stopped like mid sixth grade, and I started running track because I love to run track. And then so I put the instrument down all those years, and I decided that I wanted to try it again in like I think it was 2015. Yeah, it was. I think it was 2015. Yep, like around winter time, 2015. Yep. And like I picked it back up. I still knew where everything was. I knew my notes. I still knew how to read the music. It was amazing to me. Like you can put a music down. You only played it for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then you put it down for all those years, and you can pick it back up, and it just like you remember it. Like so. And I played the viola for those that didn't know. So I thought it was amazing to be able to have that kind of connection. You know what I'm saying? It was just like riding a bike. You know what I mean? It's just like you do it, and it's like you get it, and then you have it. You know, you can never ride a bike for like 15 years. I mean, you might get back on it, you might wobble a little bit, but it's like you still know how to do it. Like swimming, I don't know about swimming because I can't swim. I ain't never really fucked with swimming like that. I'm just terrified of water. But yeah, I'm sure it's like that for people that swim. You know, they get in the pool, they swim, and they do it, they learn it, and it's there. Um, so I don't know, it's a mental thing, I guess. But yeah, so those are kind of things that I grew up around listening to, and then like when I started really making beats, I'm not gonna say full time, but first it started as a hobby, and I was like, okay, I think I want to take this shit a little more serious. So it's like when I started doing that, it was like I started out making trap beats, and we all know how trap beats sounded in like 2000, um, like 2008, 2009. You know what I'm saying? So it was those kind of beats, like when Lex Luger was really hitting. You know what I'm saying? And when like Southside from 808 Mafia was like really coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like Lex Luger, uh, and Southside, and then Shotty Red was. They say Shotty Red was the one who influenced the whole thing, which I can believe, because if you go back and listen to Thug Motivation 101, and even before that, it was like his shit was so hard. But it was like Lex Luger took it to a whole nother level, and then it just was like, and then from that point on, it was just like, the shit got bigger than what it is. Now there may be some other people that I don't know about, like Jungle Beats. I know he was doing things. Uh, Man, I can't honestly. Shit. Damn it. I know his name. Damn. I know his name. I can't even think of it right now. Skinny got tattoos like me. Some people don't say he look like me. Uh, yeah, I can't think of it right now. But that sucks because I really want to say his name because I do believe he deserves that credit too. Um, you know what? Fuck it, I gotta look his name up. Sorry. Uh, that's gonna bother me. Let's see here. Sunny Digital. Sunny Digital. Okay, some of y'all probably knew who I was talking about. So yeah, so Sunny Digital, I believe he gets some credit too, cause he was really hard too, and still is. Those guys are still out. I heard, um, most people will say Lex Luger just kind of fell off, but he's still doing shit. It's just like I think more on the independent underground line. So, and I did hear a track from him, what he did. This was a couple years ago, so I haven't heard nothing too recent. But he's still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's still good. Southside, he doing shit. He did something on Drake's album Views. I haven't heard. He probably still doing shit for Gucci. Shit like that. They all was fucking with each other and walking and shit. Uh, so yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I guess the message really is just be yourself. Uh, and that's pretty much it. My foot's doing better. Still got a little bit of swelling. I can't really like bend it. You know how you, it's like say this is your foot, and then this is your ankle and your legs like that. So at the bendy part, like right here where my hand is, at that bendy part, it's like I can't bend it fully. I can bend it a little bit, but I can't bend it fully without it, feeling fucking insane. Um, so yeah, I guess really I just wanted to get some shit out because I don't know. I don't know, man. Just these last few weeks have just been, I'm just gonna be real, like it's been hard, man. Like, I didn't really think that my life was gonna be uh like mentally hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I had a lot of traumatic things happen, but I just used to be so happy, but at the same time, I treated people very disrespectfully, so I'm not sure if that really counted or not. um I would never really uh look to put myself in other people's shoes, so I'm not trying to pity myself and things like that, but it really has been hard, and there comes a time where you know you're gonna need help yourself, and sometimes I just, what, I just don't even say nothing, and like my mind just runs all the time, and then I have dreams on top of all that, so it's like, what. And then it's like I feel, well, at least for myself, I'll just say myself, I don't know why I say like I feel like people, because I really don't know what people be feeling like. But for myself, it's been like, if I can be thinking a million different things, and it's always the worst case scenarios in my head that probably will never happen. But and then it was like I'll have a dream that's like similar to what I was thinking, but it's like I forgot that I even thought that because I had so many thoughts that day. And then it's like, oh shit, this person is gonna do this. They getting ready to turn on me. But then it's like, you give that thought and that dream so much attention, and you feed it, and it's like then it happens, and it's like, but it's like a self prophecy, like you just brought that upon yourself. It's one of those situations where whatever you think you are, that's what you are. You think you're a piece of shit, then that's probably what you're gonna feel like every day. And honestly, that's kind of what I've been thinking of myself these past few weeks. um and it's because I always look at myself as being in a better place. I compare myself a lot, so that's really what it is. I look at myself, and then I look at other people. People I'm related to and people I'm not related to. Friends, and see them in places where they got their own shit. I'm still with a parent, and it's just like, I'm 25, and I feel a little fucked up about it. It's a pride thing, like just being a man. And I have been put down for it, like, oh, you still living with your mom, shit like that. And it's just like, dog, I'm trying, man. Like, I don't know, I don't know a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know music. I don't believe I'm a dumbass like how I used to be. Like, I really didn't know shit at one time. It was just like anybody could have said anything to me, and I just took it and ran with it. It could have been petty shit, and it's like, you know, I'm not so much like that anymore. It's like now I can kind of pinpoint who bullshitting. So I'm glad to be able to see that and have that ability. But it's like, you, I had to go through some things too in order to be able to see that. Like, I had to stop being disrespectful, being an asshole, you know what I'm saying, treating people like they weren't people, you know what I'm saying? So it was like I was blind to a lot of things, and I just needed to be real with who I was as a person and where I'm at and things like that. So um yeah, this video is damn near 20 minutes long, me talking shit. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. Um, You know, these days have been hard, and they're probably going to be harder. Who knows? Who really knows? I really don't know what uh, transition I know in the last video I made, I talked about those spiritual transitions, and that might be what it is. And it's really been hard, you know. So, I guess other than that, yeah, man, just be yourselves. Um, Still dropping music, appliedknowledgeproduction.com for those that watch this far. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna just leave y'all with that, you know. And I just like to entertain my thoughts, you know. I really want to be on Breakfast Club at one point. And it's just like I watch so much Breakfast Club. I don't know. I just got so many different things that I want to do, and I think that's kind of what the problem is. You know, I just have so many different goals and so many different dreams, and it's like I don't see myself just producing music. I see myself doing music, like doing a few big ass hits, and then it's like never having to really do anything else, and like I can just that'll make money on its own. Then I can go over here and do what I always wanted to do there. You know what I'm saying? So. Um, And then I gotta learn how to keep my fucking mouth shut about shit too, cause I leak too much, and then it's like, well, damn. Then I see somebody else do it, and it's like, well, I should have kept my fucking mouth shut. So yeah, man. Definitely got ideas. So I always got something. That's the good thing about my mind being able to go to different levels and think different things. Like I always come up with different ideas. Every day is something different. Um, so I think that's a blessing, but the curse is, well, it's not even necessarily a curse. It's more of a, I don't know if it's a discipline either. Just being able to keep your shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to find a balance, because there is no balance in my life whatsoever. It's either I'm way over there, or I'm way over here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm gonna get up off this shit, man, and upload this to my YouTube. So yeah, y'all check some stuff out. Yeah, I'll probably be, or at least try to start making more videos like music, um, just beats and stuff. Like I said, I didn't want to do it, but honestly, I think it makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? So, um, just putting it up there just to put it up there. You know what I'm saying? Just that it's up, just so it's up there. You know, and let people discover it. You know, it ain't gonna be no this or that type beat, but it's just like, okay, make them like, now that I have After Effects, I'm gonna just start doing some stuff and just make myself happy, because that's ultimately what I was doing. You know, I'd have images, and then like for songs, and then it's like, okay, I can pick an image, and then it's like, well, now I know how to make audio spectrums and make the music react, or make the spectrum react to the music. So it's like, all right, let me just do what I've been wanting to do. It's like I have it now. So, but yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna get up off here. I'll probably be on here tomorrow doing the same shit. But yeah, y'all be easy. It's Saturday, so enjoy y'all day. Definitely incorporate y'all family within the day. Incorporate people you love, because it really ain't guaranteed, you know. Because like I said, I've been doing this 7 years, and I still don't feel like I'm at where I need to be. But I also know that um, I haven't been doing a hell of a lot. I've mostly been focused on getting better, you know, not necessarily reaching people. um, because that was my thing. It was like I just wanted to have enough for people to be able to know uh, the scope of who I am as a person. So I was really trying to find myself again, not necessarily trying to find people. I was like trying to find myself, but then it caused a lot of frustration, because I'm like, oh, well, nobody listens to my shit, blah, blah, blah. When it was like, that wasn't really the original plan. The original plan was trying to figure out who I was again, you know, because I just hit a point where I was so down, like I don't know who the fuck I am. It was just so much going on. My mind was fucked up. Life was fucked up. In my mind, life was fucked up. And I was just so miserable. And I'm like, I finally got through it, but it was like I still have those days sometimes. Like I don't know who the fuck. But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like the fight is so much greater. You know, it's so much easier to um mimic somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's yeah, it's easy to take somebody else style, because you really ain't gotta put in the work, because you've mimicked and emulated that person. So It's just like that's what it is. You know, it's easy to dress like another person, doing this and that, but when it comes down to being yourself, and then you gotta, you're gonna be judged about it. A lot of people don't want to go through that. So, um, yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna just leave with that. Uh, Shout out to all the producers that's still holding it down, that's doing their thing, that's gotten someplace, and that's still working. It's very hard. So that's my thing to producers. Don't stop. Just keep going. Find people that motivate you and that love you, and definitely take time away from music because it can get depressing. I know that it's been a while, and I know it. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with today. Sorry it was so long. Uh, but Applied Knowledge. Please check out my page, appliedknowledgeproduction.com. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button because I will begin to upload videos here real soon. So thank y'all. Enjoy y'all day. Love y'all. Peace.